and we're going to record this. And it's a shame that we have few people, but we'll do a different means of promoting and getting people in next time, and maybe a bit of perhaps a different timing as well might be useful. Not for everybody, it's a bit tricky, but perhaps for the UK and such like. So this is our second one of these meetings. So we had a few other people in before, but it seemed to work quite well. So we can talk at the end whether we have another one, but I have a feeling that that we might. So just a wee quick introduction. So I know most people in here, but not everybody knows everybody. So I'm Shirley Evans, and I'm Director of the Association for Dementia Studies at the University of Worcester, and been working on meeting centres for 10 years. I'll go around my screen. Jen?
Hi, I'm Jen. I work with Shirley at the Association for Dementia Studies and been involved in meeting centres for quite a while as well, mainly around the data collection side. And I'll be taking some notes today. So if it looks like I'm not paying attention, I am. It's just for a different screen.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if it needs to introduce herself, but Rosemary.
Yeah, my name is Rosemary Breus. Oh, that's Dorota. 1 minute. Hi, Dorota.
I'm pregnant and I must go to the doctor very in a crisis because I'm afraid that something is wrong. That's why I'm not there, and I totally forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
I have like something. So I must go to the doctor, and I probably won't be there, or I will try to connect who they will check me very soon.
Okay.
Everybody, sorry, but I'm in a crisis situation right
Yes, I understand. Don't worry. You go, and we'll go on. Yes, I understand. Yeah. Okay, okay. Good luck. Good luck. Okay. Bye-bye. So this was Dorota. She had to go for an emergency to the doctor. So she says, sorry, but I have to go now. And yeah, I just said, good luck, go.
Yes, go.
Absolutely. So yeah, so we just go on, and we hope everything is fine with her. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Fingers crossed. So Rosemary, so yeah, you said who you are. We know.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to. I'm Rosemary Breus, and I started with setting up meeting centers, preparing in 1992. The first meeting centers were opened in 1993. So since then, I'm involved with the meeting centers, and I'm now an emeritus professor at VU University Medical Center in Amsterdam, Department of Psychiatry, and still involved in the meeting centers, and especially also the Meeting Them network to try to disseminate meeting centers across the world. It sounds very big, but yeah, it's becoming big also.
It is.
Thank you.
It is. Thank you. George, good morning.
Good morning. I'm in Shropshire, as I said earlier. I was, I suppose, loosely involved in setting up the Leominster Meeting Centre. I did go along to several meetings and contributed my 2 pennyworth. Excuse me. I work with Deep Network across Britain a lot, and also our local. Well, I'm leading the sort of improvement of our local health system in terms of dementia, unofficially and unpaid. I mean, I I've got interested or got connected with some people locally in Ellesmere who are really interested in creating a meeting centre. They've sort of got one already, but it's just a place at the moment where various people go at various times, and the guy who wants to really run it couldn't come today, so I'm here just to gather whatever I can, but also just to find out what's going on, because I know meeting centres are really taking off in Scotland.
Yeah.
I keep hearing. Interesting that they're taking off there and not here. But, you know.
Well, they've taken off here to some point, but the problem, well, the benefit in Scotland is that they have funding. They have funding, they have government funding or indirectly government funding.
Exactly.
And yeah, we don't. So
and they
there,
have a dementia strategy as well, and we don't think that helps,
But
doesn't it?
let's hear from Paul.
I would also say, George, that Graham Galloway is like being a key figure in pushing this across Scotland. He's been active with parliamentarians, and he started the first meeting centre in Scotland. I think it was in 2018 as well. And he's a very enthusiastic chap, so I think he's quite important to the success of the rolling out of meeting centres across Scotland anyway.
Absolutely.
But we also have Age Scotland, who are now trying to encourage people to start up dementia-friendly communities. And now obviously an offset of that is meeting centres as well. And they are having regular online and together meetings across the country. So there's a lot of networking, collaboration, and Shirley says incentives as well, with the Life Changes Trust, who's now lottery money, other organisations supporting us. For instance, in Dunblane, Life Changes Trust gave us funding for 3 years, and that's a really good length of time to sort of start setting up and establishing and hopefully making sustainable a meeting centre. So yeah, we've had a lot of support. Did you say you were with Deep, George? Deepness?
Well, no, not Deepness. I mean, I know them, but no, Deep generally, the Deep network of groups, and I have a group here that I run. Okay.
No, I mentioned Deepness because I said to this meeting 2 weeks ago that they are very active in promoting the arts, and they get a lot of funding through the Arts Council and other organisations. And I was involved in one of their activities in Stornoway 2 weeks ago. Ron Coleman, I don't know whether you know Ron Coleman.
I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's developing a film for the next Scottish Arts Festival, which will be the second one. The first one was in Inverness. The second one's going to be in Edinburgh in November. So I actually took part in the filming of that, which was quite fun. But I'm actually from Dunblane, and been with Dementia Friendly Dunblane since the end of COVID, basically. I don't have much experience like you guys do in this field. Basically, the coordinator asked me to become a volunteer, and then from there I became a volunteer driver, and then I became a volunteer driver and consultant. And basically, my role has developed, including attending the meeting centre training held by Worcester University. So I suppose I'm slowly learning the way things are in your world, but it's taken a long time to get there. But thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, it is worth saying that there are 13 meeting centres in Herefordshire and Worcestershire. You know, and that's significant. There were actually 15, but one of them sort of merged and moved into Worcestershire. So I think that was the same number that we had at the start of COVID in the whole of the UK. So to have 13 in Herefordshire and Worcestershire, we will have, well, they're funded. We will have 5 in Herefordshire. So Yeah, it will. So there are a significant number in England. I have to say, probably 50 if we're looking. There's 22 open in Scotland. You know, so I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, thank you, Thomas.
Hello, yes, I'm Thomas Morton. I'm a researcher at Association for Dementia Studies, and I've been with the Association for Dementia Studies since 2018, working directly on meeting centres since about 2020, I think. And some of you may know me from the fortnightly online meetings that I do as well. So that's it.
Thanks, Thomas. Clementina?
So Clementina Rook, Manchester, where I live, work at Huddersfield, senior lecturer there, also co-direct the Centre for Applied Research in Health, but very keen on dementia, and a very strong support for Worcester. I say that proudly, really. You know,
Thank you.
meeting centres and FITS program, that's my bag at the minute. You know, I'm very keen on it and taking it to low to medium income countries and within the catchment area in Huddersfield itself. So I'll talk a little bit about that later on.
Thank you. Thanks, Clementina. And Simon, is that the right way to pronounce your name?
Yes, very well. Simon is very good enough. Szymon Szymon in Polish. I work in Wrocław in meeting center. I'm a music therapist. It's my profession, but few years I had also coordinator of meeting center in Wrocław.
All right. Thank you. That'd be lovely. We're going to hear a bit from you as well in shortly.
Did I see you working with the gong in the movie on the Wrocław Meeting Center? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Gong. Yeah.
Also.
The sound. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everybody. So the first item today is the online pioneer courses. Did you want to say something about that, Rosemary?
Yeah, I
please?
just wanted to say that maybe people know there is an English and a Spanish version of the online course for setting up meeting centers. So that's really for people who want to set up a new meeting center. We have courses in Spanish and English, and it follows the Dutch manual for setting up a meeting center, but it gives a lot of more explanation. And so it's about 7 or 8 modules, depending on the country, but the language version. But so it's movies, also explanations and examples, and so it's nice to follow. It's our short modules, so it's all about 15 minutes, and it gives you a lot of information about different phases of setting up a meeting center. And we've now just finished also a Dutch version. So we are very happy that finally we also have a Dutch version, while everything started a long time ago. But yeah, because of the Meeting Them network, we started with the Spanish and English version. So yeah, please use it. Tell people who want to set up meeting centers to go to the website of the Meeting Them network, where you can just follow the course for free. So yeah, if there are any questions, also people can of course contact me. I think you can also download the whole course on your own computer, but there are quite big, I think, big modules because of the movies which are in it. But we have made links to a kind of secret area in YouTube, so that will make it easier to follow it via the links.
Okay,
That was it.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Rosemary. So Clementina.
Thank you for the stage. So I thought there were going to be a lot of people, so I'm not sure if I've over prepared or under prepared. I've got prompts, so I'm going to share my PowerPoint, which is only prompts. There's nothing much in it. And I had hoped also to have people from Zimbabwe, but I sent your invite to them, but didn't realize there was no link. So I don't think they'll be able to attend then. Let me
Okay.
just go in and share. There we go. So what I'm going to do, quickly talk about, you know, the meeting centers in Kirklees, UK, and Bulawayo in Zimbabwe, as per request by Shirley. So
Sorry, Clementina, can you do slide view because we've
oh,
got
okay.
because we will, if it's okay, distribute
Slide
these
view.
slides. Slideshow.
Yeah, it's covered by that thing. Okay, it
It's at the
says share.
bottom, at the
Right.
bottom on
And
the
at the
right.
bottom, yeah.
At the bottom on the right.
On the right, there we are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
in Kirklees itself, you know, so we start with a pilot. I think Rosemary are aware of it, and Shirley, absolutely. There we sort of looked at what we could do in Kirklees itself, and then looked at the local needs in Kirklees, increasing demand for community placements, community-based interventions, non-pharmacological interventions there, activities which develop life skills, and then we sort of targeted support to carers, and also looked at that holistic approach to the whole family. And then you know, wanted to find placements for students. So this is local needs in Kirklees itself. And then we look at the university. We thought university is not teaching enough dementia, and I've talked about this so much. We don't teach enough. I get asked to go and teach for 2 hours for the entire program, and I've spoken to other colleagues in other schools, in other universities, same thing for you know, undergraduate courses. So we also wanted to look for long-term partnerships with our local authorities to deliver quality services for people with dementia, and also looked for that high quality placement, which would ensure, you know, exposure for students, healthcare students, to a provision, you know, that looks really quite well and at people living with dementia within the borough. So let me see. I can't see what I'm reading either, so I don't, yeah, that's better. So this became really a collaborative venture between University of Huddersfield and Kirklees Council. Successfully launched our pilot study from the 2nd of October to 2023, which had to run for 12 weeks from Slaworth and Lindley libraries. I've got to say here, I've got to acknowledge Shirley and then Thomas, who came to our workshop that we started with, wanting to decide if it was, this is what we want to go, and is it worth going that way, you know, making this collaboration. So it went in, then we went in with 18 mental health students, 12 in their final year, and 6 in second year, just to go in and see if meeting centers are viable options to create our learning hubs. So we talked about this at some point, you know, so these learning hubs then would be an integration of, you know, the meeting center as we know it now, and public health, plus, you know, placement for our students, an education thing. So the program then, we had to teach our students in focused interventions and training and support, and this is a Worcester program. And then I swear by it each time, a 10 days worth teaching students, introducing them to the FITS, person-centered approaches, and the role of dementia as a care coach, person-centered care planning, meaningful occupation, and action plans, behavior as a communication of need, improving communication skills and tools for planning and training, and also gave them the opportunity to actually deliver training for planning for the future. So this is a beautiful thing that we exposed actually our third years to. The other thing that we did, train them in applied drama. So engagement and participation, safe exploration, experiential learning, creative expression, and stepping into that different role and different perspectives. So students were really thoroughly put through this process and at the same time attending the meeting center themselves. So there was interfacing happening all the time. We train them, they go away, and then they put these things into practice. So this is then what our participants said, you know. So we are now at a stage where we're actually evaluating the pilot and then finding out, and we'll be presenting at the Royal College of Nursing with abstracts has been accepted. We'll be doing quite a lot of workshops through and through. But this is what we hear. A third-year student says, I've experienced a significant growth in my ability to communicate effectively with patients with dementia, become more confident in my interactions, whether it's using verbal or non-verbal, and then being an active listener and then showing empathy. I've also made significant improvements in my patience and adaptability in meeting their needs. So we're talking about someone who had no exposure at all to dementia. So in a sense, I'm talking about it to say, this is the place that meeting centers hold. And when we expose our students to it, and this is what they're saying to us. So that student in their final year, and this is a caregiver at one of the centers, having others in similar situations really helped me to understand my issues, and spending time with students each week was a highlight of my week. So it's warming our hearts just hearing all this feedback. It has been it's been good to work in partnership with university in running the dementia sessions. It has helped us to reach people that may have felt uncomfortable or nervous. So we used one of the libraries to actually, you know, work with patients, service users there. So this is so warming feedback that we received. It was an insightful and eye-opening experience. I would recommend students to. The placement allowed me to gain interpersonal skills by creating therapeutic relationship with service users and their families. The second year, also walked away really feeling empowered by being exposed to it. And then finally, something from me, you know, the service user themselves. They, students, were fantastic. They were better than most people I've met in healthcare. They certainly seem to know more about dementia and challenges it brings. So this speaks to the training that we exposed our students to, and also that ambience that was there, the aesthetic thing. So this is just a snapshot of what we're hearing, what we found from analyzing. So we're very happy to see that, you know, this we can say it's been a successful pilot, which highlights the potential for that innovative and collaborative approaches to dementia care and training. So we feel that the project has laid the ground for sustainable, high-quality student nursing and other healthcare professionals in dementia-specific placements in CareCLIS and possibly beyond. So it has laid that groundwork for sustainable and high-quality dementia services in CareCLIS as well, because we're beginning to be asked to go and speak to other places and just say what it is that we did there. And then potential benefits going ahead. So we find that perhaps, you know, a sustainable care models in the community, and then sustainable work placement for students in dementia settings that meet their proficiencies. So for nursing, it's very specific. We've got to tick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. We feel that the pilot was able to be held in a sense that we're able to actually achieve those proficiencies for both third years and second years. So we're very confident with that. And long-term collaboration opportunities, and also influence on dementia care policies at local and national levels. So I want to unshare that for now, because I'm going to talk about Zimbabwe in a minute. And then here, if I've got any questions. Oh, blimey, I can't do Zoom anymore. How do I even come out of it? I should unshare. Should I stop sharing? There we are.
Yeah, I think it's great, a great experience, and very nice. We also have in the Netherlands often students who are involved in the meeting centers.
Yeah.
And it's for both sides. It's very interesting and learnful. So I think what wonderful reactions you had
Yeah.
from different
Yeah.
people, you know, the professionals who are already working in the meeting center, but also students. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
wonder
I've
if are there anyhow involved also with the carers or not?
Yes, carers would come. So I would have, I've got a snapshot of the carers. I just thought I didn't have enough time. Carers would come and break down. And then just the fact that they have that lifted off their shoulders, the burden of care. And we would have give them therapeutic interventions, praise our students so much just for taking them to the corner and talk to them. And then sometimes they'll just come and leave their loved ones there or stay throughout and be involved in activities. So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing, you know, just that combination, because what we see is we call them learning hubs that are allowing that integration of, you know, public health and HEIs, and also, you know, the standard community model that you started off in the Netherlands there. So that combination of those three aspects has really proven to be a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Because then students can roll in and roll out, and we can sort of take it to second years, third years. As we speak, occupational health students are on one of the placements that we actually established, doing a 70-hour placement thing, because we just haven't got enough of that. The students are walking away feeling like we haven't got enough training to actually deal with this potentially explosive problem that, you know, is going to affect the world.
Yeah.
So, and we
Well,
can see that the model can actually apply elsewhere. You know, it's not only in the UK, but, you know, go wherever, you know, Africa, you know, we should be able to actually operate in a similar sort of fashion, combining those things. Our students, third-year students who are there, you know, were exposed to the public health message dissemination on brain health. So it's by the Alzheimer's Research UK. Love your heart, stay sharp, keep connected. So we went all out there, you know, with banners and all this, invited people to come in the public, and they were in there playing games and doing all sorts. So we feel that a continuation of that is giving our students that slice of, you know, public health involvement, perhaps that they would never have had in a meaningful way, where we to just teach them at university.
yeah,
May interest them also to work in the meeting centers later on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a very
absolutely. Yeah.
inspirational. You're very inspirational with what you've done, and yeah, we've had some placements in Worcestershire with physio and OT students, and we've got a meeting this week with the potential of a meeting centre, or at least a meeting centre model in a hospital. So that's
Nine
right.
Wells.
We have funding for that. So you know, if they say it can go ahead, we can do it. So
yeah,
fingers crossed. I think that's very
nice.
exciting. Very different, very different model. So thank you, Clementina. And you're going to speak.
So Zimbabwe, I've only got one or two slices on Zimbabwe. Let's see. Again, slide mode. So Zimbabwe now, you know, Arrowhelm Meeting Center, and this is now registered with the Private Voluntary Organizations Act, and are stated there. And then founding of this Arrowhelm in Zimbabwe was heavily influenced by the fact that we really do not have ways to look after people living with dementia in the country. But this was also followed by, you know, my mum dying. You know, she was living with dementia. We had to look after my mum with these thousands of miles across. But I had been exposed to the FITS program at Worcester, and I thought, well, now she's gone, let's turn it home into a place for dementia. Cultural and faith-based practices tend to guide people in Zimbabwe on how to deal with common, you know, challenges and solve them. So, for example, I'm looking at culture, you know, the belief that there's witchcraft, you've been bewitched, or you are a witch yourself, you know, the belief that you've been cursed. So people then gravitate to traditional healers, gravitate to the pastors, and doing, looking for healing and looking for solutions from them. But now the center sits now within that space in operating, obviously, the voluntary organization providing that person-centered dementia care in Zimbabwe. You know, what I find is those activities that are coordinated by one service coordinator and then 3 volunteers are steeped in the person-centered care as we know it here in the UK, and then also run through, you know, what would I say, you know, it's run through sticking very closely to the meeting centers model from the Dutch model by Professor Droves there, not deviating from it at all. So we see now that, you know, it's beginning to chip away at those beliefs of, oh, actually, no, we thought this was a witch. Let's look at it in a different way. They feel well trained. You know, I'm going to comment on it later. Attendance is good, continued to be good since we set up the whole thing. A minimum of 6 people coming, and then 2 days a week. They call it their club. We're coming to our club, and it gets advertised. It gets advertised at church, and whichever way you go, they're coming. And we've got a varied mix of activities as we know them. You know, itemizing them here, we'll be speaking to the converted really. But the infrastructure has helped a lot. I've managed to put solar there, you know, where electricity is a problem in Africa. I've managed to also put Wi-Fi. And that allowed me to actually train them in the FIS program. So 9 dementia care coaches are qualified now. And our university, Huddersfield, allowed me to actually use their logo to create their certificates. So that was a plus there, you know, they see it. They see the need for this collaboration. So of the 9 dementia care coaches, we still want to continue upskilling them, you know, train them in mental health related skills or general other skills. That's in the plan anyway. What I find now is, you know, the problem we have, politics. There's so much heavy monitoring because they're looking at all these NGOs and private volunteer organizations as a threat to the existing government. So from time to time, we get asked to subscribe to these very expensive bodies. Like, you know, when you have your commission, what's, you know, where you register your charities pretty much, and we've got to pay about $800 a year to be a member of this particular place. But
Wow.
because they are actually monitoring and then wanting to make sure that we're not a political organization, really tiny, and I'm putting in a lot of money into this project, and not even getting money from anyone, but they really are asking for document this, document that, to a point where I thought, you know what, you know, if that is the case, you know, I'll let it slide. And I had to be, I had to be rude at one point, just say, look, it's for the people and not for me. You know, if that's what the case is, maybe not. But they've laid off a little bit now. They left us alone. You know, it's all straightforward what we do. So I think that's the downside pretty much at the minute, but very well accepted itself, you know, the concept of meeting centers and also the concept of the FITS program is not foreign to them. So plans are still going ahead. I've not given up yet. I'll still continue to see what we do, whether whether, you know, we should stop or not. For me that would be the I wish they weren't political because it's standing in the way.
Are
But
there
work's going on.
people in Zimbabwe who can help you also from there? Because you are, of course, far away.
In a political sense, you mean?
Yeah, maybe, but maybe also for the managing, you know, someone who is really there and can brainstorm with you how to do things.
So the activities coordinator, you know, is someone that I've trained as a care coach. He's also doing his degree in psychology, and he's very sharp. But as far as as far as political terrain is concerned, I've got a few people that I know that I can speak to, and then just ask to say, we are doing a good thing here. Please, let us continue. I met the Minister of Health. I had an impromptu meeting with him last year, and he seemed to be interested. and seemed to say, tell me more about it. And I was very cautious as well. You know, when you get that feeling of, you know, what do they want to know? And I told them this is what it is. And then the town clerk for the city where the meeting center is a brother-in-law of mine. And I also am thinking, maybe don't lean on it too much. Just do what you do it best and let it flow rather than look for favors elsewhere, you know, the higher people. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but I think it's too much when you're on a distance, you know, to take all the responsibility. It's better to share it with someone at least who is not in the working force, to say, but someone who's standing a bit more outside.
Yeah.
On which you should lean also on other persons. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Very, very. Yes, I hear what you're saying. You know, I look around and I see, because it's still growing and it's still being established.
Yeah.
And we are pumping a bit more. I registered a charity here in the UK to help people in Zimbabwe. I'm pumping in a bit more money together with my husband into it to support, you know, the running of the meeting center. So as it grows and grows, who knows? And also
I hear Paul
registered.
Shaw has some contacts in Zimbabwe.
Pardon?
Paul Shaw says he has some contacts in Zimbabwe.
Do you know, I feel guilty. Because Paul and I, you know, owe each other a meeting already, you know. It's just like I have been so busy, Paul, you know, with things, and there's been death in the family as well. So yes, I will get back and I will do, because I know you've said, and it's my fault.
Thank you, Clementina, and thank you for everything you're doing and all your support of meeting centres and what we do at Worcester, and it's just amazing. We haven't got a huge amount of time. So Simon, would you like to tell us about Wrocław? Sorry about the pronunciation of that beautiful city, and tell us about your work, please.
Oh, your pronounce is perfect.
Amazing.
Yeah, I would like to tell you a few words about our meeting center, how it looks like for now after a few years. I think the formula is a little changed, but we developed other parts. So for now, the general form is pretty similar like before, because we have sessions 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I will show you a few pictures during when I will talk, maybe how it looks like, because the meeting center is at the daycare home na Ciepłej in Wrocław. Is close to bigger institution. So we have also participants from the more seniors who wants to be more active, who are alone many times, and I will show you maybe this.
So seniors without dementia also, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a mix.
But the meeting center group, they have own activities. But all activities are in one building.
Yes.
The group with seniors who wants to join are on the first floor, and on the second floor we have meeting center.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I will share some picture. Oh, maybe that. Okay. Can you see picture?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is whole group. For now, we have maybe about 50 participants. So we can see a whole group on the picture, but here you can see the participants from the meeting center and from the other groups. And during these sessions, which we have with participants engage in a range of activities designed to promote mental and physical well-being. Like, for example, my profession, music therapy, we have a lot of sessions with music, and I think this is one of the favorite activities for seniors.
Mhm.
And maybe if we will have time, I can talk a little more about it, about the music therapy strictly. But we use many times, for example, accordion, many instruments. We work with lyrics. We listen to records. But also art therapy is common, and it helps evoke memories. And,
Well, that's beautiful.
yeah. Oh, it's one of the just very small, simple, because seniors are, uh, I think, pretty creative and can make so beautiful
That's
suits, so beautiful pictures in many techniques. Even origami. I don't know. In
Origami,
English,
yeah.
it's also origami
Mm.
probably.
it's really
Uh,
lovely.
And one of our colleague therapists conducts theater classes where seniors, with her support, of course, but prepare various performances. Mm, they are most often exhibited in our center for household members and invited guests. For example, recently there was a show based on fairy tales to which children from several kindergartens were invited. I can show you a short shortcut from the this performance. If you don't mind, it will be few pictures. Many events are you can see on our Facebook profile. For example, one of it was last time. I need to change a view. Here, remember? That and second time. Here is our profile on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
our home. So it was beautiful experience, I think, for our seniors, for participants, and for children also.
That's fantastic.
So these are fairy tales.
So,
Yes.
So you can see therapies and participants, whole whole home is in the performance. So I think it's important for whole home. Yes, and you can see beautiful suits. All of them are prepared also with participants, also with seniors. So it's in many levels experience for them.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tap and show you more.
And you also support the carers?
Yes. Yeah. For now we have I think 12 workers, therapists, specialists, many professions, and also for example we have 2 psychologists. They have cognitive function exercises with our seniors. We have physiotherapists, so we have also exercises from kinesiology, fusing movement and psycho coordination to support overall health. Group and individual rehabilitation with special physiotherapists, some kind of massage, and dance, also dance therapy, also sport exercises. I can show you one of our bigger event with sport.
I just wanted to ask, of course, the professional carers, but also support for the informal carers, the family.
Yes, I would like to tell you a little later. Yes, we have support for for family. You know, once per month, we have support group. It's every third Wednesday, and it's we conduct 2-hour open support group. So participate family of our seniors, but also everyone who wants to join can join. Who need to support maybe a problem with somebody from his family. So yeah, it's good for environment close to our center for people from Wrocław. So it's totally open, and even if you want to join online, is a possibility for this.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah.
And individual carer support, do you also have that or not? It's only the group you have, or also individual carer support?
Yes, is group and individual also.
Okay.
They have time for this also.
Oh, fine.
Yes. In many cases, Dorota called me, but I answer later. Okay. So I will show you shortcuts from other events. That.
While you're looking, I know that you also have mixed activities in which carers, family carers and people with dementia join social events.
Yes.
By going out and doing activities together also. So
yes,
I think You do a lot for the informal carers as well.
Sometimes we organize some conference for also for carers, and sometimes we are going somewhere, whole group, so family can be together.
Yeah,
It's, I think, also important.
yeah,
And bigger events for other homes also, other centers. And you can see here day of sport for
yeah.
many centers. I will try to make it bigger. So also you can see many activities which are general in our home. Of course, this which are outside. He is big more than usually, but many kind of exercises we do in normal daily support.
Yeah. A very active
Yeah.
group with because you also had the seniors and the mix. There are a lot of people, and also the people with dementia can mix with the other seniors. That's very nice.
Yes, it's true, and I think it's very important for them because they can meet new people,
Yeah.
and you can feel some community, which is not just in our home, but in the whole in other centers also in Wrocław. So
And the
yeah.
other seniors don't make a problem of it because we had this same situation in Amsterdam, and then the seniors who had no dementia, they in the first instance they didn't want to join with the people with dementia. But later on, they noticed that they couldn't make the difference between the informal carers of the people with dementia and the people with dementia.
Exactly.
And they also had experience that when they became demented themselves, they wanted to stay in the group, so then they accepted it. But it took a while.
Yeah. Many times we have the situation like that. They want to join to our group. For now, strictly in meeting center, we have 12 people, and in our conditions, I think is enough. Is good enough members for just for this group because they have a little special focus for therapeutic goals.
Yeah.
So I think too many people will be not good situation. So
No.
we have many meetings, many exercises together with others, but in daily routine therapeutic day they have of course very special kind of exercises on
Yeah.
more therapeutic focus with
Yeah.
also possibility in other moments to join together with others. I think besides the activities, the most important therapeutic aspects of meeting center is the sense of community.
Yeah.
I think the atmosphere, like in home, is one of the most necessary in daily care for them. They feel good and they feel not alone. They understand each other. So I think this is very
It's the
very
same as
important value.
Clementina said, they're going to the club.
Yes. And we also cooperate with some institutions like Academy of Music, like some universities. So we have students in our home. They can practice their skills, but also I think it's nice situation for the seniors, because all the time they have contact with young people, from so many specialties. So it's
Yeah.
also nice situation.
Hey,
And-
thank you very much, Simon. That's really fantastic to hear from you. And so we're going
Thank
to come to a close, and we'd like to thank our speakers today. There was an item about an update on an international project. There isn't an update from last time. We have a meeting to discuss a European project on the 3rd of July with a few interested parties. So I'll be able to update next time. If we have a next time, that's up for grabs. But I think that possibly different advertising of this meeting, not having it at 8 a.m. it was 8 a.m. UK time, but I think we'd get more people if it wasn't at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning. So a very different time, and perhaps something more like 4 or 5 p.m. And maybe we'll be able to invite directly, you know, I don't know how that works, but directly inviting people perhaps from Japan and such like, and having a calendar invite, I think will be a better way forward. I don't know what you think. And I was thinking about October time. George.
Do you have meetings online of the UK dementia meeting centres?
Yes, we have every 2 weeks on a Tuesday morning at 9:30, which is UK. And we started that 4 years ago in lockdown, and then Scotland followed that maybe about 18 months ago, and they have them as well. I think they can't remember, there's it one Monday afternoon, something like 4 o'clock, and another repeat of it on a Tuesday, something like that. So people can come to either of those as well. So
Yes, it's
we
9.
have-
Sorry, George, it's 9 till 10. It's actually just started now, Monday morning. Also, I can send you the link if you want. And it's Tuesday afternoon between 4 and
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you do that, please? Thank
and
you.
we'll send you the other one, which I wouldn't say is
Yeah.
England, it's UK wide, and that's
Yeah,
on
awesome.
Tuesdays. That's at 9:30 every other Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can send you the link for that. Yeah, because I'm.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you very
send
much.
that
Thank
link.
you.
That sounds great. Well, thanks everybody for coming today. It's really good to see you, and thank you to our speakers, and have a really good week.
Thank you very much. It was
Thank
very
you.
interesting.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Very.